Hi there, welcome back. This is Manu here. In this video, we are going to look at some family relationships. More specifically, we are going to look at the words used to describe various family relationships. Then, we listen to a conversation between two ladies talking about their families. Finally, we'll also listen to a man describing his family. At the end of this video, you will be able to describe the various relations in your family and speak about your family fluently and without any hesitation. This video is going to be especially useful for those people preparing for IELTS or TOEFL. Family relationships are very important, and in India it's a little more important than in other parts of the world. We'll look at that in a while. If you like this video, do hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And of course, watch this video till the end, because this video, like all my videos, gives you the language that you need to improve your English skills, your English language skills. There are lots of things you can pick up in one single video. So, I'm going to show you my family tree. What's a family tree? The older people, their children, their children, their children. That's the whole family tree. All right, let's look at that. This is me. Yeah. And this is my sister. Now, here we go. My mother and my father. Mother, father. Pronunciation is very important. It's mother, father. Fa is long. Mother is short. So, four of us. This is these are my parents. Parents. Father, mother, together they are called parents. So this is my parents' immediate family or nuclear family. Look at these words, very important. Nuclear family. Now, my sister gets married. Now, who's that man? He is my brother-in-law, my sister's husband, and my parents' son-in-law. Son-in-law. My mother is his mother-in-law. My father is his father-in-law. So, my parents are his parents-in-law. Not the word, parents-in-law. I won't say parent-in-laws. Parents-in-law. Then I got married. So she is my wife. So she is my sister's sister-in-law. And my sister is her sister-in-law. So I can say they are sisters-in-law. Sisters-in-law, not laws. There are two, but there are two is sisters-in-law. And my mother is my wife's mother-in-law. My father is my wife's father-in-law. And my wife is their daughter-in-law. And therefore, my parents are my wife's parents-in-law. Very good. Now, is there a relationship between my wife and my sister's husband? Yes, there is. In India, it's a very important relationship, a very close relationship. In English, we call it co-brother and co-sister. So my wife is my brother-in-law's co-sister. And my brother-in-law is my wife's co-brother. Some people also call it co-brother-in-law and co-sister-in-law. I'm not Very happy with those terms. Co-brother, co-sister, much better. Now, we come down. I have 2 children, a son and a daughter. My sister also has 2 children, a son and a daughter. Now, let's look at the other relationships. My sister's daughter is my niece. She's also my wife's niece. And my sister's son is our nephew. Note the pronunciation, nephew. Some people also call it nephew. I prefer nephew. Similarly, my son is my sister's nephew. Of course, my brother-in-law's nephew as well. My daughter is their niece. My daughter is my parents' granddaughter. And my son is their grandson. So, I can also say my children, my son and daughter, children. Now the pronunciation, children. It's not children. D is dropped, silent. Children. So my children are my parents' grandchildren. And my parents are my children's grandparents. So my mother is their grandmother, my father is their grandfather. Now the pronunciation again, I didn't say grandmother, grandmother. The D, in fact even the N is dropped, grandmother, grandfather. The D is dropped, grandfather. My sister's children, again same thing, they are my parents' grandchildren. My parents are their grandparents. Grandson, granddaughter. And what about my son, my children and my sister's children? They are cousins. So my son is their cousin. My daughter is also their cousin. Is there a difference? Yes. My son is their boy cousin. My daughter is their girl cousin. Similarly, they are boy cousin and girl cousin to my children. So these are the family relationships. Are they important? Very important. In IELTS and TOEFL tests, they do ask you to tell something about your family. So, I can say that this is my nuclear family. Is me, my wife and my children. This is my nuclear family. This whole thing is my extended family. Now, my brother-in-law's family can also be a part of my extended family. So my extended family is huge. You go to my wife's side, their whole extended family is also my extended family. My brother-in-law's family and extended family is also my extended family. So in India, we value family relationships and we make everybody our own. Very important. But in these IELTS and TOEFL exams, they do ask you, tell me something about your family. So you can say about your immediate family or nuclear family and your extended family. Now, let's look at a few grammar or conversation chunks here. How many members are there in your family? Then you can say, well, in my nuclear family, there are 4 members. Me, my wife, and my 2 children. 4 members. Note, I didn't say I, my wife, I said me. Conversational English. Me is also fine. In my extended family, you can tell them, My parents, my sister, my brother-in-law, my nephew, my niece, they're all the part of the extended family. We forgot one other kind of relationships. My sister's children are my nephew and niece. What am I for them? I'm their uncle. My wife is their aunt. Similarly, my sister is my children's aunt, and my brother-in-law is my children's uncle. In India, there's a difference between uncle on the father's side and uncle on the mother's side. We have different names, but in English, we don't have any different names. They are the same, uncle and aunt. So father, mother, everybody else, uncle and aunt. All right. So another word is, say, I and my sister. We are called siblings. Siblings. Weird. Nobody uses this word siblings. It's a very official, formal, heavy word. People might ask you, how many siblings are you? But that is kind of very rare. The question is, how many brothers and sisters are you? So if you ask me, we are two, brother and sister. I didn't say brothers and sisters. One brother, one sister. So two, brother and sister. How many brothers and sisters do you have? That's another question. I have only one sister. Only, because it's one, small, only. I can also say, I have just one sister. Just, same as only. So these are some of the questions that could be asked with respect to family. They may also ask, okay, what does your brother do? He's a doctor, he's a lawyer. Where does he live? He lives in Bangalore, he lives in Delhi. Another question could be, how many cousins do you have? Personally, I have around 8 cousins. 4 boy cousins and 4 girl cousins. My children have, I don't know, most probably around 16 or 17 cousins. So how many cousins do you have? How many cousins are you? Not commonly asked. They may ask. They ask this also, and that'll mean you add yourself to it. So if I have 16 cousins, that's 8 cousins, like I said. So we are 9 cousins. Or including my sister, we are 10 cousins. But we have 8 cousins. Note the difference. Right. So these are the family relationships. Now we're going to look at a small conversation between 2 women talking about their family. And we're going to use some of the words that we have learned so far. And I'll also make a small passage that talks about my family. Not a real family, it's an imaginary family with lot more members. So we can have a lot more relationships, maybe. Let's start with the conversation here.
Are you married?
Yes, I am.
Great, so am I.
Do you have any children?
Yes, I have 2 daughters. What about you?
I have only one son.
Do you have any brothers or sisters?
Yes, I've got one brother and 2 sisters. And you?
I have only one sister. She's married.
Okay. What does your brother-in-law do?
He's a doctor.
Wow, my father-in-law is a doctor too. And what do you do?
I'm a homemaker and my mother-in-law is a teacher.
I have 2 nieces and 2 nephews. How about you?
I have just one niece.
Now let's look at what somebody would say about their family. There are 3 people in my immediate family. That is I, my wife, and our son. We live in Delhi. We are 3 brothers and sister. I'm the youngest. My older brother lives in Bangalore with his wife and 2 children. My sister is also married and lives in Kolkata. She has a daughter, an only child. My parents live in Kerala in our ancestral home. and we all go to see our parents once a year on Onam. We stay there for about a month. We have lots of fun there with the open spaces and greenery and all. My children also have a great time with their cousins. Thank you for watching this video, liking it and subscribing to our channel. We'll see you in the next video. Until then.